5 things you want to avoid with online dating. So I'm going to give you tips and hits on do's and don'ts. Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be here today. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe and like my video and share. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Sindy V King. I'm a creator of Calling in My King. I help transform high-achieving women to create lasting love through Vedic astrology and science, so she can become the queen of love. So 5 things you want to avoid with online dating. So I'm going to give you tips and hits on do's and don'ts. So pay attention, grab your paper and pen, and let's get started. Okay, so number 1, you must have fun. Oh my God, so many people out there are so negative with dating or even online. I want you to be able, anybody who speaks negatively through a text or online dating or whoever you're communicating, turn the statement, any negative statement, into a positive. I promise you it's going to be a little bit hard, but you can always revert that. Always use the word, I'm excited to be here, I'm excited to be talking to you. Just reassure that this is fun, like it's supposed to be fun. Have fun with it. In today's world, you know, online dating can use like funny emojis. You can use that. You can use GIFs. Yeah, right? They're pretty fun to use, and you can just Google that and just have fun with it. Don't feel like this is a burning hell and you're in detention and you're torturing yourself over love. Love doesn't have to be that way. You can make it as fun, or you can make it as a nightmare as you want it to be. So that's a big factor. Don't entertain people that are boring to you, right? If you feel there's no connection, you know, I wouldn't just delete them or just like ghosted them. I honestly would say, hey, I think it's really important to be virtue. So that means like own up to it and give people the certain constructive feedback and just say, hey, thank you so much for talking to me. I learned so much about you. At the moment right now, I don't have, I don't feel any chemistry together, but I wish you the best of luck finding your next, your girl or your man. I don't care, your partner. Okay, that's what I call it. And that's it. So I call it the sandwich feedback. So that's just simply positive, right? Something nice and sandwichy on the soft, right? And then something like solid that you didn't make a connection. There's no chemistry. You can't go wrong with saying no chemistry. Just use that. Honestly, if you use that, I'm cool with it. You can take it and use it. And then something like, hey, I wish you the best of luck finding your next girl, like positive encouragement again, and then just keep going, right? And that's it. Honestly, it's kind of rude when people ghosted you and they spend all this time trying to like, get to know each other and figure out if there's interests or common denominator or compatibility and stuff like that. They took an effort to text you or respond back to you. At least have the decency, just say, hey, I just I didn't feel anything at the moment, or have no communication, and I wish you the best of luck, and just use that. Okay, all right, on the next one. Number 2, look like your picture. Oh my gosh, I get this complaint so much with men, especially men. They say the women don't look like their picture. They're angling like things like this up here or over here, and like it's the fish pouty face, and then it's like all this filter and this like slightly blur, like one-dimensional skin. You should look like your picture, just like how I look like in my videos. I look like myself. Like if you actually saw me on the street, I look like me. There isn't like this giant filter that's happening. It's not robotic, right? So look like your picture. Look like you're having fun. If there's so many pictures with you wearing glasses, what are you hiding? Hats and stuff like that. Like, we need to look at you, okay? So have a good picture profile of you. If you need to get your friend to take a shot of it, it has to be straight on, like you're actually looking at the camera. Like that's really important, right? We need to know. We don't want your side profile. We don't need that. That's not a body comp kind of profile, or you're doing mugshot. We don't want that. That's not really relevant. Finding if you have pictures that are like activities, that's great. One picture at least face on, that is current, right? And maybe another picture that's full body, so from head to toe. Please don't have your friends in there. I made a video probably a year ago about hacking online dating. So I want you guys to take the time to watch the video on that, because it gives such great tips on that area. I have an online program as well to help you kind of stand out from other people, because I know exactly what they're doing wrong, and I can get feedback from the men that they're saying specifically, this is the problem that I'm seeing with online dating. And it's so frustrating when they show up on the date, they don't look like their picture and it's somebody else. And so very, very, very important to look like you and be virtue, like be you, right? Be physically you now today. I don't care if you need to lose 30 pounds today and you're trying to slim yourself, for like tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. I need you to be happy within yourself. And that's why I created the program to do that, so that you don't have the energetic level where you feel broken, depleted, or just feeling stuck. Okay? The only reason why you're stuck is because you're not being present. All right. Next one is a big thing is about about writing the online dating profile. Not only looking like you, but you got to sound like you. Okay. There's so many women out there, especially they're saying things specifically. I'm looking for the next venture. Oh my God. And the guy would on his profile, I'm looking for the girl with, bringing on the next venture. All right. It's overplay words. Adventure, next adventure, next, whatever. Tell me something about you. It could be funny that you're different, right? You could have even easily say, like, I've done ballet for 10 years or whatever it is. Something unique that makes you stand out. Have a hook, right? Have a hook. That being said, when you write a profile, the most successful profile, and I have tested this over time and again, if you have a theme. If you have a theme. So your picture is matching your profile. There's a theme that's going on. So it's not like a bunch of scatter picture of you, right? So there's a theme, right? And then you have to know how to write the type of person that you want to try to attract to. And also steer away the person that you don't want to attract. Try not to be negative in your wordings. In your profile. It's like, I don't like guys like this. I'm not into blah, blah, blah hookups or whatever. Like if you are into hookups, swipe left or whatever, right? Or honestly, listen, if that's what you guys want on your profile, cool. But it's not going to make you the best candidate that stands out and want to engage really, really good conversation that matches your needs and wants and desire. So it's really important. If you want to anchor a king, you have to anchor who you are as a person so that you can have that voice in there. All right. So number 3 is I encourage invitation of phone calls before going on a date. Women falls in love with their ears. So you must like how the guy sound. If he sounds like the frog. And he's looking Mrs. Piglet, and you don't like his nasal voice, you're not going to enjoy yourself on the date. So I encourage that. It could be just a 5-minute phone call. I'm be like, hey, I'm just wanting to do a quick phone call. Just encourage the guy to call you. Just say, hey, love to chat with you. I'm available this time. Why don't you give me a call? Does that work for you? That's it. Just keep it simple. Be like, or you can say things like, look, we're at this age. Should we connect over the phone when we're 60 in our nursing home? Just make it fun and light. Like, you don't have to make it serious, but that's what I'm trying to say. And I do encourage, if you have an iPhone, you can FaceTime, Skype, and visually see them. WhatsApp is great for that as well if you're a business person and you have to travel, and WhatsApp is really good for that. So why don't you use that part of it? I think that's really great, so that you can actually visually see the person and actually hear them. But women fall in love more with their ear. The biggest thing that I get women feeling like they're very hopeful, they're going to go on a date, and then nothing materialized. Just worry about how he sound versus what he say, per se, because men is all about action, doing, right? It's not, they marry through contracts. That's how they marry. That's how you know that you have a real man. He's doing the footwork according to what he say. You know, I learned this from another therapist by Dr. Allen, and she said, the only way that you know that you love yourself than anybody else is the promise and the commitment that you keep. So along you keep your commitment on your side, and they should be doing that as well. If they're not owning up, they don't love themselves. So you know what? You can go next and filter that out through. All right, does that make sense? So hopefully that actually encouraged a lot more people, instead of like being pen pal or super texting. Oh my God, texting is like a contract. It's just like reading a contract, and then you're misspelling stuff, and you know, it could be days that you could be sitting there and texting each other. And honestly, you want to listen to his voice and see if you want to move forward from there. And if you like the person, encourage for a date and be like, hey, I really like how, things are, our conversation. I love to connect with you. Hopefully we're not going to be 80 years old until that might happen. Just make fun, have fun with it. Oh my gosh, like too many of you guys are there like, it's not happening. And yes, sometimes dates got canceled or they don't show up and blah, blah, blah. Move on, And I talk about dating. I have a list, a playlist for dating for men and women, what to do and what not to do and what to wear. Go back and just review that. Just put it on play. I know some of the intros and outro is the same, but the stuff in the middle is the juicy part. The reason why I kind of broke it down one thing at a time, that you don't get overwhelmed. So it's not like a listing that I'm kind of doing right now with you guys. So that's the reason why I encourage you guys to go and do that. So please go ahead and do that. 4 is flirt. Flirt, 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 okay? Flirt your face off. Be consistent and give yourself a deadline. Don't stay dating online more than 3 months, and because you're going to get burnt out. So give yourself a deadline. Some people do different schedules. Some people go for a week and they're off because they're playing catch up with all the candidates that they have connected with and see if anything would materialize, and then reactivate it in the next following week. And you can do that. It's perfectly fine, so that you don't get overwhelmed who you're talking to and who you're trying to filter through. So that's a really big key factor. So give yourself a deadline. Flirt as much as you can, because there's a deadline. Guess what? Sometimes you just need to unplug for a week, and that's totally fine. I'm okay with that. But do it at least for 3 months, being consistent about it. Checking your phone for 5 minutes every night, or just be consistent with that. All right, so number 5 is know your non-negotiable. I made a video on this. It's on somewhere in the playlist. I'll try to link it up here or put it down in the description. Know your 5 non-negotiables. Stick to that list. There's a reason why you have that list. You don't have a laundry list, okay? You have 5 questions that you want to ask specifically for these individuals. If any of these is considered to be a no or maybe, just take them off the list. Like, just go to the next person. 5 non-negotiable. That's all you're asking for. Okay? We're not doing 20. We're not doing 10 lists. That's crazy. You're going to be single and sitting at home and watching a movie and laughing to dead air. I've been there myself, so I get it. You don't have to be that person today because I'm teaching you all the tools here. This a lot, and I see this a lot in dating as well. Don't convince anyone that monogamy relationship is better than a hookup. It's not your place. I want you to be respectful to the other person. If that's what they want, be like, great, I'm excited for you and hope you find the next part. Do the sandwich approach. Do the sandwich approach. Practice, practice, practice. By the time you get into the real date, you're already doing it naturally, right? So you're writing it out, typing it out, whatever, texting it, air emailing, I don't know. You can be shooting it up in the air. I don't care. You're practicing that sort of sandwich approach, all right? So I don't want you to convince anybody that they're great, but they have this one thing and they still want to be doing hookup. You can't change that. You can't change a tiger stripe. I don't want you to be in the place. That's not your place. That's my job, okay? To help them go through anything, especially if it's a man or a woman. Be respectful, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Figure out that part of it. If you need to go watch that video of 5 non-negotiable, how to do that, I do that as well in my program. I actually break it down why you have that. So it's not like, okay, you make a list, but I actually explain why you actually have this in your list today. And if that list changed 3 months from when you start dating, fine, that's great. But I want you to at least stay committed to that list that you came up with, okay? 5 things. And it's, I can quickly tell you it is. So you're going to put a timer on and you're going to come up with 5 things that consider to be non-negotiable in a relationship or in a guy that you want, okay? So that's really key. 5 things, and you're going to put a timer on, and that's it. And once that timer goes off, that's what the list you're taking through. You're not sitting there contemplating. We're using instinct, animal instinct, and there's a reason why we have that, because there's some sort of experience that we had that is considered to be like, okay, I can't do that, right? I break this down in the program, much more detail. I can't do it here. This video will be too long. We'll be sitting here in this lecture for maybe over 4 hours, but that being said, I want to condense things and make sure that you guys are having fun and you're sticking to your list and you're finding love, right? You're creating love. You're creating lasting love. And that's what I'm here to do for you guys. Okay, so Queens, I'm done talking right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Leave a comment down below. What's your nightmare disaster? If this actually is helping you, if you have been doing it, what is your biggest struggle so that I continue on making videos? I'll be making more Vedic astrology videos, so that gives you more of the philosophy of understanding the psychology of a human being, what's considered to be material husband. I love that. I love that. I'm wanting to do that. Also what considered to be wifey material as well. So hashtag wifey material, the queens, you own your queendom. So now give you guys the anchor king to actually help you guys do the merge and acquisition. Anyways, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Have a great one. Bye now. Happy dating.
If you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. If you want my help in your relationship or dating situation, you can always book a time with me. Check out the link below. To stay in touch, subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I post new videos. Please go ahead, hit the like button, because it encourages me to create more contents like this every week for you. If you have any ideas for a video, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.